Detecting talk of the day, Tuesday, May the 2nd, 2023, about 42 Fahrenheit here right now, 6:50 a.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Well, I heard back from the Mind Lab engineer on that proposed advanced menu setting for the noise cancel. They think he said it was a nice idea and they're going to consider it for a future update. I have ordered a WSA2 pair of headphones for that DS2, but I'm not going to use those back phones. I'm going to take that module when I get it and I'm going to show some folks. I did order some of those audio plates. Got the little jack on it. I ordered a couple of them. I got one. Some people out there are sort of wondering, one guy I think asked the question, give me a recommendation for headphones for the DS2. Well, I'm going to show you the cheapest setup that will get you by and keep you untethered from that detector. That's the name of the game. I don't mind a wire coming down off my headphones. I'll have a little bag around in below my chest on a piece of paracord. It's a real good setup. Real good setup. Now I want to talk here a little bit about, I see people, they do videos, these how-to videos on these metal detectors. And a lot of people, I guess, watch these videos. They already have the detector. Some people may watch them who are contemplating or giving that detector some consideration for a purchase. Well, for you YouTubers out there that are doing these videos, let me give you some advice. And I think you should probably try to get you some audio visuals for a menu tree on these detectors. These user manuals fall short in this department. If I could find my E-Track manual, that may be the last manual that I've seen that sort of had some menu trees in it, okay? See, when you read a manual, and I've looked at a few manuals of some of the later release models, and the DS2, XP on the DS2 with the remote and the WS6, they should have a menu tree in their manual. And what that does is that shows you where everything fits, bird's eye view of where everything is. Versus when you read the manual and it goes step by step telling you to do what to access this. Well, see, the thing is you don't have a bird's eye view. Now, I will say this, and I think this is a true statement. I'm not picking on Nocta for saying this. Truth be told, the most icon-rich menu system made on any detector would be the Legend, okay? It's full of icons. Actually, that's what it really is. It's just about pure icons. Okay, and those icons, they can be confusing to folks. And I looked at their manual, and they could change their manual, and I'm going to give them a recommendation. Should the marketing person see this video, I'm not going to send it to them because she don't like me, evidently. But you can tell folks that I was telling the truth about the Legend originally, based on the updates, provided with 109 and 111. So anyway, the recommendation I'm going to give that company, they go in there and they show their icon in their, in the manual. But again, you don't have a bird's eye view of where does that fit. And where I'm going with this is, a lot of times when we look at a piece of equipment like that, and it's got all those icons in a line down there, well, you'll start equating where it is on the screen. That's where you sort of figure out what it is based on where it is. Well, the way their manual's laid out, and they never do, I don't believe now, they don't give you a one time, you know, a picture of like where all that menu lines up with the rest of it as far as the icons, you know, from left to right. So then when they go in with their manual, when they go in there and they start describing one of those icons and what it does, it would have been nice if they would put the whole row above where they're fixing to discuss it, highlight that icon. Highlight it in their manual with a different color or whatever, or some shading, and then describe it. And then when you go to the next icon to describe what its function is, have the same picture again, except have a different icon highlighted. Okay, that way when you're reading that manual, you know where everything is in relation to everything else, and that will speed up your learning. And I got news for people. If you lay that detector down for a while, then you pick it up. You know, those icons look, you know, they look similar. You know, you got those musical notes, and you got lines running vertical, lines running horizontal. So that's a recommendation for them. But now all of these metal detector manufacturers, I'm going to recommend, you know, they should all put menu trees in their manuals. They need, you know, figure out how to do it. But you YouTubers out there, you could do this too. You could draw you up a little whiteboard in the background and maybe refer to it as you're, you know, as you're describing this stuff, you know, as you go through step by step, because that's what people need to know. They need to have a bird's eye view, like, okay, well, where's this at? Where's this at in relation to everything else? And it also makes good for quick reference if for these menu trees. Now, there's one thing that XP does do that I like is normally they'll go in the back of their manual and they list all their programs, and they go through there and they list all of the default settings. And I find that sometimes helpful for ready reference. And a manufacturer, I think, should do that as well. Now, the Manicore, the Equinox 800, I guess, the Manicore uses icons, but it just uses a few icons, like for noise cancel, for frequency, and recovery speed. It's not using icons for all them tones and stuff like that Legend. So yeah, the Legend, you know, the way it's priced, you would think it's probably more attractive for a person just getting into the hobby, and it would make it easier for them to understand. It would even make it easier for somebody like me to understand, okay? Especially if I lay that detector down for a while. I think that'll do it for today's detecting talk of the day. I hope everybody has a nice day.